Let's talk about a word that almost everyone on Earth says, but almost nobody ever thinks about. Okay. You hear it in conversations.
Okay.
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 Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
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 You type it in text messages. Your phone and smart speakers even say it back to you.
Alexa, switch on the geyser.
Okay.
It's simple, short, and instantly recognizable across cultures and languages. In fact, okay might be one of the most widely used words on the entire planet. But what does okay actually mean? And where did it come from? The answer begins nearly 2 centuries ago, with a strange joke that somehow turned into one of the most powerful words in human communication. Today we're uncovering the story of okay, where it began, how it spread across the world, and why 2 simple letters became a universal signal of agreement. Right here on Ordinary Things, Deep History. The story of OK begins in the 1830s in Boston, Massachusetts. During this time, a peculiar language trend was becoming popular among educated writers and newspaper editors. They entertained themselves by intentionally misspelling phrases and turning them into abbreviations. It was a kind of inside joke among readers who understood the code. For example, all right might be written as all right, and then shortened into playful abbreviations. No use could become KY. These humorous spellings were meant to amuse readers and show a kind of intellectual wit. Most of these abbreviations disappeared quickly, but one of them survived. Okay. It came from the deliberately misspelled phrase, all correct, which meant all correct. At the time, all correct was commonly used to confirm that everything was in order. The joke abbreviation appeared for the first time on March 23, 1839, in a newspaper called the Boston Morning Post. At first, it was just a clever little joke printed in a column. But the joke spread. Other newspapers picked it up, and soon people across the country recognized the mysterious abbreviation. Just 1 year later, OK received an unexpected boost from American politics. In 1840, President Martin Van Buren was running for re-election. Van Buren had been born in Kinderhook, New York, which earned him the nickname Old Kinderhook. His supporters embraced the abbreviation OK as part of their campaign. Across the country, political groups known as OK Clubs formed to support the president. Their message was simple. Old Kinderhook was all correct. Newspapers covered the campaign extensively, and the slogan spread far beyond politics. Opponents tried to turn the phrase against him, joking that OK stood for things like orful catastrophe or orful conspiracy. Van Buren ultimately lost the election. But OK had already achieved something far more lasting. It had entered everyday American language. The next major chapter in OK's history arrived with a technological breakthrough, the telegraph. Introduced in 1844, the telegraph allowed messages to travel across long distances through electrical signals. Operators sent messages using Morse code, combinations of dots and dashes representing letters. Because telegraph messages needed to be fast and clear, operators relied on short confirmations. And OK turned out to be perfect. The 2 letters were quick to transmit and difficult to confuse with other signals. Soon, telegraph operators began using OK as a standard confirmation that a message had been received correctly. By 1865, telegraph manuals even instructed operators that no message should be considered delivered until the receiving station responded with OK. A phrase that began as a newspaper joke had become part of official communication technology. OK was no longer just slang, it was infrastructure. Another reason OK endured lies in something surprisingly simple, the letter K. In the English language, relatively few words begin with K. Because of its rarity, it naturally draws attention when people see it. By the late 19th and early 20th centuries, advertisers recognized this effect. Companies began replacing the letter C with K to make their products stand out. It became something of a K craze. Words like crispy, cool, or clear were designed to catch the eye and make brand names more memorable. Even today, this strategy continues in marketing and corporate logos. And the striking visual quality of the letter K helped keep OK instantly recognizable. 2 letters, 1 bold impression. As OK spread throughout the world, people began forgetting where it originally came from. By the late 19th century, newspapers were already debating its origin, often creating theories that sounded convincing but weren't true. One popular myth claimed that OK came from the Choctaw word okay, meaning so it is. Others suggested it stood for phrases like order known. But linguistic historians eventually confirmed that the real origin traces back to that Boston newspaper joke from 1839. Still, by that time, the truth hardly mattered. OK had become deeply embedded in everyday speech. Today, OK plays a unique role in communication. Linguists often describe it as the ultimate neutral affirmation. It confirms information without expressing strong emotion. If someone asks whether you arrived home safely and you reply, "I got home okay," it simply means everything went fine. If food was okay, it was acceptable, though maybe not exceptional. And when plans change, OK signals agreement without argument. It's efficient, neutral, and universally understood. In fact, OK may even have been one of the first words spoken when humans landed on the moon in 1969.
30 seconds forward. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. We copy you down, Eagle.
Not bad for something that began as a small joke in a Boston newspaper. Today, OK appears in conversations, text messages, films, advertisements, and even computer systems. It crosses languages and cultures with ease. Two letters that quietly confirm understanding. What started as a playful abbreviation in the 1830s has become one of the most recognized expressions on Earth. OK may seem like an ordinary word, but its history connects journalism, politics, technology, advertising, and global communication. And the next time you say OK, remember, you're using a word with nearly 2 centuries of history behind it. Honestly, that's pretty impressive for just 2 letters. Thank you for watching Ordinary Things Deep History. If you have suggestions for future topics, feel free to share them in the comments below. Your idea might be featured in an upcoming episode. And if you enjoy discovering the fascinating stories hidden inside everyday things, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Ordinary Things Deep History for more journeys through the past of the ordinary.